Hello, welcome to day 2 of really weird early hours. I'm not sure how long I'll keep this up particularly. If it works, but the biggest problem is trying to make sure that I can do it more frequently than anything else, because work hours are not consistent. Hello, Gabe. How are you? Can you get a coffee? Coffee machine broke. We're trying to fix some stuff up still. Hello, Bulldog. Oh, is it like just as weird and inconsistent at your store right now? Bone hurting cheese. There you are. That'll be 100. For me personally, anyway, it is inconsistent. It's been super inconsistent for me. About 3 weeks ago, I had 40 hours. Then they give me 32 hours. Then another 32. And this week, I have 15. 5 days I'm working. All of them are 3-hour shifts. So yeah, needless to say, it's a weird week. Normally I would try to go for the like 2 p.m. Central kind of deal that I normally do, but can't really do that today. Or any day other than Friday this week. It's a weird one. Regardless, let's get into things. Been working a new job, new shift, overnights. Gone overtime every single workday since it started. Ugh. Yeah. To be honest, I've been thinking about bouncing from where I work currently, because it is draining as all hell. Same. The funniest part is, I actually talked to some of my coworkers at the store that I work at, and a lot of them are really done with what's going on at the store right now. So I think something in upper management isn't going right. Amazon sucks. Oh, you work at Amazon? Oh. Sending good vibes your way, man. I've heard horror stories about that shit. This might be the kick in the direction I needed to go for a computer science field, finally. Oh, yes! Maybe. Nello is part of my family, and so I must be nice to Nello. But Nello is bad influence on Little Pond. He should drink less.
Yes!
I work as a delivery driver, but it still sucks, and thank you. No problem. Recently, Popipo's son no want go outside. I ask why, but he no answer. He just shiver and shake. What is happening? Sounds like you've got a problem. Alright, let's hear this problem of yours. He does go out, but every day finds new tricky place to hide. I want him to have fun outside, not stay in dark place. Yeah, kids should be playing outside with their mates. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have friends to save my bacon. So I'd love it if you'd let me help. You be careful now. I might get lovey-dovey for you. You're very nice, Hom Hom. Handsome Hom Hom. But a tough job for one Hom Hom. Talk with friends, then decide what you do. You all nice people. I am all smiley smiles. But about my little pawn, Baroba, I not know what wrong with him. I want you to ask Baroba. No problem, leave it to me. Hereupon show you what he can do. I think I've stated it before, but one of the things that I've got planned is to eventually just bounce from where I'm currently working and focus on college. Hopefully getting into, like, programming and stuff like that. Reason why Baroba not go out? Simple. When walk outside, end up getting quick grab cuddle lift Baroba up. Baroba not like when that happened. If Baroba smell bad, maybe that's all problem. Will friends bring smelly thing? I have 4 of them. But my main plan is to focus on college soon enough here. And we'll see what that does to my availability for streams. I'll figure something out when that time comes. But I'm just hoping I can get all that set up. That said, one of the things I seem to be hearing a lot lately is people are kind of exhausted. I think a lot of workplaces are kind of overworking people and not realizing that we are still human. Or, in my case, servile. We have our limits. Everyone does. And it's best to respect that. Hopefully, all of us here, and all of us not here, can find something better suited for our liking. Both in hours, just general job, and all that. Because it'd be nicer to have a job that, you know, you enjoy, as opposed to one that aggravates you. So what kind of thing in computer science were you looking to get into, Bulldog? Oh geez, that died fast.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Because for me, while I know it's going to be a difficult ride, I do want to get into game development one of these days. Will I be able to? I don't know. And even if I don't, I think I've got, like, alternative plans that'll work just as well. Because there's a lot of things that you can do with programming.
Pretty good. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Work the job you like, you'll never work a day in your life, and all that. Yeah, software engineering of any sort. Game development was the original goal, yes. Understandable. We collected all 3 pieces of luxury hoed wood. We get Jarek to fix windmill. Do you think at any point the developers of Xenoblade had a huge like amount of time spent just to trying to write Ricky's dialogue and struggling because of all the poor grammar? I just don't have the motivation to make my own portfolio on my own time, which puts me at a huge disadvantage. Understandable. I'm pretty sure if I was given the time to actually learn stuff, which at the moment I am not, I might actually be able to build a pretty decent portfolio, because if there's one thing I can say that I've got in terms of strengths, it's that once I'm like motivated to start something, it's not put down until it's done. You may have noticed that if you were around to see the initial rig that I worked on, because I pulled an all-nighter for that, because I wasn't willing to put it down until it was done. Took a lot of porcelain. See, I have a degree and learned a lot already. I even have a strong desire to apply it, same as you. I don't want to start on a project if I don't think I can finish. Oh, I'll start a project. I just have this weird thing where once I start a project, I cannot put it down. How do I hit this? Oh, there we go. Come to think of it, everyone's in my family. Because my family members, whenever they start their projects, it's just like, we have to finish it. Oh boy. Let's see, what should Ricky do? He's already inflicted poison. There we go. I love the music in this game. Oh, I am dying. Ricky, I need help. Ricky? Ricky, I'm dead. There we go. Oop. I think we've taken on too many things at once. Can't even warn him. I can't flee. Well, that didn't go too well. I want to see projects through the end too, but I realize before I start, if it's potentially too difficult, I'll think I won't be able to finish, which goes against the ideal of seeing the end of the project. I can understand that. For me, if I realize it's too difficult, oftentimes it's not so much that I don't finish it, I put it on the back burner. Because I realize I don't have the skills at this moment for what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is put it on the back burner and focus on smaller projects to build up the knowledge I need to do this bigger one that I want to do. Because you don't go from, like, assembling a bicycle to assembling a car. And you certainly can't start assembling a car before you know how to do even the basic stuff like a bike or stuff like that. You need to know how to work from the bottom all the way to where you want to be, and it's sometimes tough to remember that. But just take things at your own pace, and all will be fine. And even if you can't accomplish it the way you want to, you're making more progress than most people ever would by simply just trying. There's a lot of people who, the moment they see the work it'll take to accomplish what they want to do, they just give up right then and there. And I think it's a good idea to at least put an effort in, see what you need to learn. Because you never know what you need to learn until, like, you've tried to push yourself. But also don't push yourself too hard, because that leads to its own set of issues. You gotta know when to stop, too, and give yourself a break. Felt college taught me the language, but not how to apply it to a native situation, like in a job. Yeah, that's pretty standard for all schooling, I find. You learn how to do it, not how to apply it.
Right, let's do this. Leave it to Ryan.
You dare challenge Hermon?
Let's get this one out of the way first.
We need full power, Ricky.
Hello, Simpson. Oh, he's blocking hard. I see, it's his spike damage. Yeah, it's just generally a good idea to, in my eyes, to give everything at least a shot. Because you may learn things that you didn't think you would before. Oh yeah, and how are you, Simpson? I forgot to ask that, actually. Sorry. I had my mind on two different things. There we go. You're doing good? That's good. Now, about these birds. I probably want to deal with the lower level one. How's my day? I mean, so far not much has happened. But I think it'll go well. Because to be honest, I've got like a really weird shift today. Basically, instead of working a normal 8-hour shift like most people would, I have a 3-hour shift in the greenhouse, which doesn't get a whole lot of activity, so I may find myself just kind of browsing the web as I wait for customers, like I typically end up doing. You know, in the off chance that there's not grills to assemble that they want me to do. I actually really like working in the greenhouse. It's a very chill job. This bird has so much health. It hits like a dump truck. There we go.
Everyone, let's go!
Why does it have so much health? And do so much damage? I guess it's an elite mob. There we go.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Oh! Hello! I'm always down for loot. One of those was... Recently downloaded the Portal Reloaded community mod. Considering streaming it someday as a debut, so to speak. Like a debut to streaming, or do you actually want to get into like the VTubing stuff? Finally, something that can actually give him like good content. What are the effects, though? What is aerial cloak? I don't know what that means. Oh well. Debut to streaming, more or less. Done some simple streams already with no viewership, just to dip your toes in the water, but not to actually dive into... Yeah, that's fine. Fair enough. I think, for me, the best way to go about streaming was less to focus on viewership and more to just treat it as a... kind of like a hobby. I do it like as a for fun thing more than I do for anything else. And I'm sure that's something like a lot of people say and don't practice, but for me, I just really like the idea of playing a game and hanging out with others. I should probably return to Hyantia and see if they have, like, a merchant that I can purchase a book for Shulk on. Because he needs better light heal. Oh, that's farther away. I think, probably the best way to treat streaming, though, is just to play the game. And if you've got people around, I often kind of treat it like I'm playing, like, on a Discord stream with friends. Because that's just how it makes it all feel natural to me, because not every one of my Discord friends has a mic, some of them don't like speaking. That's precisely how I intend. I only bring up viewership as it's the real difference between it and playing on my own. Fair enough. Viewership is an interesting beast to tango with, I think. Because a lot of people, they have, like, the viewer numbers showing up on their screen, and that can be sort of a downer to them. And I understand why. It can feel really disappointing if you, like, accomplish something amazing and there's only, like, 2 people there to even react to it. I'm perceiving it the same way as opening my laptop in a community center. If someone is looking over my shoulder or chatting with me, that's cool. Yeah, that's a way to go about it, too. I think most people, though, it would be better for them to, if, like, they've got a thing that shows the viewer numbers, to just disable it if possible. It can be disheartening to some. I've got mine on personally, but I often forget it's there, because I'm looking more at oftentimes the game than anything else. Except for when, like, chat gets involved, then it's not me paying attention to the game at all, and I end up dying.
Hey.
This time it's my favorite memory. He wants to know about? Well, it's probably the promise we made when we were young. It wasn't just between me and him, but it was my most precious memory. For the 3 of us to be friends forever. Oh, now look what you've done. I'm getting all embarrassed. At any rate, I doubt he'll even remember that promise anymore. As someone with stage fright, I can't imagine being the face of a character with hundreds of or more viewers. Oh, trust me, I cannot either. Smaller numbers, I think, is better for me. You'd like to know my favorite memory with Scarlin? Probably the time Rosale introduced me to him. After all, to have memories, I have to have met him in the first place. But what does this have to do with anything? I know that Scarlin must have asked you to do it, but well, I suppose there's not much point in asking that now. Like, some of the VTubers you'll see online, though, they've got, like, 2,000 viewers, and I don't know if I could ever really keep up with that. It requires a very specific kind of personality to, keep that up and remain interesting, I think. And whether I'm interesting or not is up to the viewers themselves to, you know, to come to the conclusion on. It's not something I can decide. But it definitely is difficult to even 40 plus viewers, same difference I noticed. Oh yeah. See, then my answer is decided. Rosale thinks the same way I do, so my heart lies with her. To tell the truth, I think I may have known all along. I've always cared for Rosale more than Rikoth. But as I told you before, I was afraid of ruining our friendship. I think that must be why I was running away from my feelings. That cowardice may have ended up causing pain for them both. I never want to make them go through anything like that again. I don't want to make them sad. I'm glad everything worked out. Thanks to you, I've been able to realize how I truly feel. I cannot be grateful enough for what you have done for me. This is a token of my gratitude. Please take it. Gems.
That's what I'm talking about.
I remember someone talking to me about how I don't use any of my gems like I should. So let's put in some gems. Oh, we leveled up from that. Nice. Maybe we can actually accomplish the story quest that I initially set out to do. That said, I think 40 viewers like if you're in the 40 to 50s range, is still much more manageable than other things. It's not easy, because depending on your community, and that's one thing definitely to keep in mind, your community may be fairly active, or you might have a slower community. There's a lot of differences that you can't really account for, because, well, everyone watching is a real person. Well, yeah, but the personality to maintain it is still the same one that manages hundreds, thousands, in my experience. Yeah, a lot of the people who get those hundreds and thousands of viewers typically have a personality that people enjoy watching. And usually are a much more energetic sort. I don't think I know many people who get hundreds and thousands of followers and are on the slower end. There are some, but it's not the most common. I think a good example would actually be, what was his name? Everyone just calls him Snake, because he sounds like Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Not even the actual voice actor, he just sounds like him. But he's usually got a pretty calm demeanor. And he's got a fairly sizable following. This bird does not sit still. As close to that I came up with as maybe Critical. He doesn't seem all that energetic, comparatively speaking. Oh, Critical is pretty much the epitome of, like, very low energy entertainment. He's great, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely lower energy than most, like, content creators that you'll find out there. And I appreciate that, because sometimes the high energy of all the content creators gets a little on the overbearing side. How do I get down from here? Do I just teleport? Yeah. I guess. Jump off, of course. I don't know if I can die from fall damage, but I know I can take some significant damage from it. In fact, I don't know if you can fall off the map, either. Maybe I'll test that out at some point. There's weirdly no punishment for death in this game. You kind of just die and get sent back. If you picked up anything when you died, doesn't matter. So, to be fair, for a game like this, I think that's optimal. Because if it did like a Dark Souls thing, that would be awful. You're the same as me then. When I see something that I'm curious about if it's dangerous, I'll save game, then leap headfirst into it. Yeah, I usually try to refrain from doing anything. dangerous when I play most of my games.
Definitely do this. Leonardo's power.
Elemental bullet.
How's this? Nothing's gonna stop me. How's that? Yo. Everyone, let's go.
Oh, nice, Ricky.
Alright, I'm feeling it. Alright, time for a chain attack.
Usually in games it's easy to tell if something is dangerous, but I've found that when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles, you really cannot tell in most ways. Like, very early on when I started this playthrough, I got destroyed by a caterpillar.
You do this. Ricky, be careful.
Okie dokie, so. Only keep on rolling.
Can change the future.
We changed the future by killing it. Part of it is learning what's dangerous and what isn't. Oh, I can't walk off the edge of the map even if I tried is a useful piece of information. I wouldn't normally learn that without trying to leap off. I think I've seen my NPC partners jump off before, so I think I can fall off. The question is, what does it do to me? So, why don't we save right here and give it a test? Oh, you fall for a really long time. There's an island there. What? Huh, this isn't what I expected. I expected it to, like, teleport me back up or something. Now I just need to figure out how to get back on the island. If I can get back on the island. Doesn't look like there's any actual way to get on it. This is where you run out of stamina and drown. Thankfully, that doesn't happen in this game. Now, you can swim forever. Though I don't know if there's swimming enemies at all. I'm curious how you get on that island, actually. Oh yeah, another thing. While you're falling in this game, your controller, like, slowly begins vibrating harder and harder the longer you fall. How far is that? Dang. You know what? I'm just gonna load. Yeah, I was curious if I could find more stuff, but I saw how far it was and it was just like, yeah, nah. Maybe if I was doing this off stream. he got bound. Gonna go grab a bagel. Enjoy the bagel.
It's over.
Not bad, not bad.
Let's not lose our heads, though. Everyone, let's go!
Sidekicks, try hard.
You're a lifesaver. Okay, now we're getting started. And nothing's gonna stop us.
Alright. We can actually do some decent damage to these things now, finally. Where is Ryan going? What? Ryan, what are you doing?
Almost. Let's focus our efforts.
What the hell, Ryan? He just ran in and dragged more into the fight.
You're really getting all right. I'm feeling it. We can definitely do this. Here we go. Dream Edge. You're out. Go.
Knock it down. And make it bleed. Not a whole lot of damage, but that should, at the very least, keep it here.
Let's focus our efforts. I'm on it. Hang in there. I see it.
Who's he hitting? He's gonna hit Rhine. There we go.
We win! Everyone do good! Who else wants some?
Don't know why Ryan went running into other enemies like that. That was weird. Sorry, what were those called? League leggings? Well, more defense. Now he looks like a pineapple. Alright, let's give these boys a shot. Still do like crap loads of damage. We'll need a better strategy to get into that battle. We've got the group gauge like almost full. maybe what I should do
Monado, lend us your power!
is open with a buster. Why is this so difficult? This one singular fight. Oh, there goes like all of our health. And I can't do anything because I'm stunned.
First ball on the loose, people! I see it.
I guess I just need to over level for this fight.
I can see him through it. Crazy old geezer.
Can also probably need better equipment. I definitely need more gems at some point. It's such a weird fight. Because most other fights, I feel like there's always something you can do. But that one really likes to... It'll bind you so you can't move. It'll seal your art so you can't do most of your damage. And it will stun you a lot, too. It's very strange. I wonder if there's a thing in Colony 6 that I can do. Because I think there's a... if I recall, there's a thing that I can do to get gems. I don't remember where, though. Ah, it's raining. Wait, this is Colony 6. I wanted to go to Colony 9. That's it. There we go. Colony 9. There's where we wanted to be. Guess I gotta find someone who sells gems.
Who's there?
Hello there, young'un. I got something that might interest you. Rather, something to tell you. It's about this here furnace. When creatures die, they leave aether crystals behind. Everyone knows that, don't they? Ether particles in the body are... oops, that stuff's too complicated. Just remember that creatures drop ether crystals when they die. But I haven't gotten to the best part yet. Ready? Don't be shocked. This furnace compresses ether crystals and removes impurities. You can use it to make ether gems. What? No reaction? Kids these days. You don't know how amazing this thing is. You can use the furnace to make ether gems. They've got the powers of ether crystals, but highly condensed. Those ether gems can give you all sorts of powers. They're great for use in home or by the defense force. Just put them in weapons or armor with slots. What? That's not much of a reaction. Never mind, it'd probably be quicker for you to try it. If you want to give it a try, just put your gems in the weapons. That weapon of yours will do fine. I'm aware of how gem systems work.
Who's there?
How are your earth gems? Oh, the look on your face. It looks like you've been bewitched by the wonder of gems. I know the feeling. I suppose you want to try making your own gem? You're just in time. Have I got a treat in store for you? I've just fixed the furnace. She's warmed up and ready to go. You don't need to pay me. I could never charge friends of the great hero Dunban. Use it as much as you like. Oh, nice. What kind of bagel, though? What the hell? First select the materials put in the furnace. Only aether crystals of the same rank can be put in the first furnace at the same time. The act of refining aether crystals into gems is called crafting. When the strength of a certain quality exceeds 100, an aether gem is with that quality will be formed. Put crystals with matching qualities into the furnace so that the total strength of the quality you're aiming for exceeds 100. Bluest of berries. Oh, nice. When the strength of quality exceeds 100, or you've already put in 8 crystals, you cannot add any more crystals. Crafting is carried out by 2 party members, the shooter and the engineer. Once selected, the abilities of each party member will be shown. The pair's affinity will determine how many times they can craft. This is complicated, isn't it? Some initial tension. Nice.
I've got it. I'm all over that.
To me! To you!
Nice one. There we go.
Alrighty!
Nice one. This is better than usual.
I have no idea what just happened. I think that might have been one of, like, single-handedly the most confusing crafting scenes that I've witnessed in a while. Let's go with a huge strength up.
I've got it. I'm all over that. Hey, this ain't bad. This ain't bad at all.
I wonder if there's a thing to... I can think of augmenting from Phantasy Star Online 2 being a hard crafting system. PSO2 crafting is a nightmare. And I can't help but wonder how it ended up the way it did. But part of that also comes from having translation barriers. I don't know, the thing about Phantasy Star Online 2 is now that it's got that North American release, the translation isn't all that bad. It's just not a good system. I don't think I've heard anyone, even those who know the game very well, that
I've got it.
think
I'm
it's
all
a
over
good
that.
crafting system.
All right, good job. I've got it. I'm all over that.
I haven't actually played Phantasy Star Online 2 in a while. I should probably get around to playing it again.
This is better than usual.
I used to main Braver. Was it Braver? I think it was, yeah. Braver's Bone, Katana. Yeah, Katana, yeah, that is the one. That is the one that I used, like, a lot. Now I actually have some gems. Yeah, I let go of the game last year and have been itching to return at some point too. It's one of those games where, like, you stop playing and then you just want to play more. And I think the new Genesis announcement is probably what really got people to think back on it. I know it's what got me to look at it again. There we go. Everyone's got some gems now. Shulk can probably use more gems. See if we can make some more. A mobile furnace. Well, after years of research, it's now possible to shrink furnaces. I reckon I could make you one if I had all the right parts. It's a shame, because just one part I ain't got. Wait a minute. You can get it for me. It's called an ultra-small reactor. They developed it in Colony 6 to use in ether mining. Finding one could be tough after what happened there, though. I did hear there's some people looking to fix up Colony 6. If that colony can get back on its feet, you might get one there. How about it? Think you can get me an ultra-small reactor?
Who's there?
Well, on the topic of New Genesis, I don't know what it is about it, but I think it looks like super uncanny. I think it's the way the lighting is done, but it might also just be the, like, weird early 2000s faces everyone has.
This is a good result.
I don't know if they changed that. Uncanny in a good or bad way. Is there a good way for uncanny? Do I not have anything that can boost the HP up at all? That's a shame. I need some stuff that can give me aggro up too. I mean, I think it's possible to use Uncanny in a good way, but that could be different for other people. I think the only way you can make Uncanny work is if you're trying to go for, like, an uneasy feeling. And I don't think they're trying to make all of the player characters look like terrifying mascots.
I've got it. I am all over that. This is a good result.
Everything is gem. It's my D&D talking, I suppose. Rogues have the uncanny dodge feature, which is useful and makes it sound like a good-natured adjective. Generally, uncanny is not good unless you're trying to go for like a uncomfortable feel when it comes to appearances. And appearance-wise, the human... Well, actually all of them are human-like. Basically, all of the characters look very strange. If you've ever seen the original, like, Xenogears, you would have an idea of what I'm talking about. Because Xenogears... Oof. It did not look pretty. Then again, most, like, early 2000s anime-style games did not. You did see the trailer for New Genesis, so you do know the strange appearances I'm referring to. Yeah, it just looks off, and I can't tell why. I'd have to watch it again to get a better grasp on what I'm trying to say is wrong with them. I think it's the face. It still looks better than that one Star Ocean game on PS2. Super powerful engine, intentionally old-fashioned art style. Maybe, I guess, but like... I don't know. It's not like an old-fashioned art style, more as just a misdirected one. Because, let's face it, making an anime style in 3D is not easy work. The fact that we've got these characters looking the way they do in Xenoblade is something else entirely. Because if you tried to do that, like, in the early 2000s, you'd have a rough time and a half. Technology has improved a lot. We've gotten to a point where we can even do, like, 90s CGI in a real-time environment. If we wanted to, we could have basically used... Well, I don't know if we could, but we could use like slightly downgraded versions of the Toy Story models from the first Toy Story. That's how far technology has come. Of course, old school CGI doesn't look that good because it uses a lot of very outdated techniques that haven't seen use for years now. But we can do quite a bit now. We got attacked. Oh, we've got a few things attacking us. Actually, a really good example of just how far things have come. If you ever can, look at Kingdom Hearts 3. That game is visually impressive. Like, I've not actually played Kingdom Hearts 3 myself, because I'm still going through the first one, and soon the second. But man, it looks so good. Like, from the screenshots and clips I've seen when it was brand new. Oh, that's why we're getting smacked around. Okay, what is a level 85 doing out and about right now? You're not wrong, I think I've actually played Kingdom Hearts 3. If there's one thing Square Enix always does, like, super good, it's making a game look pretty. Hold up, I think I've got a bird visitor again. So often. They like resting on my AC, I think. There you go. Never mind, haven't played it. Did play 1 and 2. I've been playing through 1. I just got... I think I'm, like, at the very end of the first game. So chances are, next week, when I've got, like, several days off, I'm gonna do a thing where I just play it until I beat it. What do you want? These things are always coming in at, like, really awful times. Ryan, please.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
That one looks vaguely not good. I wonder, can fall damage actually kill me? It can. It can definitely kill me. Noted. I always have to ask that now because of Final Fantasy XIV. Because Final Fantasy XIV, it has fall damage, but you can never die from it. It just leaves you at 1 HP. And it's just You can never tell now because of Final Fantasy XIV. See if I can drag these things over here. There are very few games that utilize that. Oh yeah, there are very few. But because of their existence, you always gotta wonder, is the thing.
Time for a chain attack. Been waiting for this. Good job, everyone. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Ricky leg fighting easy monsters.
I wonder if I should just wait for these things to get into a blue. Because I do so much damage against most things, but these particular creatures can just overwhelm me in seconds. And the worst part of all is, if you aggro one of them, you aggro all of them. Case in point. Maybe what I should do is lead them around the teleporter. So if things go south, I don't have to worry about having to run back to it. Oh, this is not going well.
Okay, just one more left.
Oh, this is actually perfect.
How's this? Bring it on! Behold the power of the Monado! Alright, I'm feeling it!
Somehow I made it so only one is here.
It's over! Who else wants some?
Ricky leg fighting easy monsters.
Well, that's one of the four. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Came home from work and found a notice on my apartment door that the energy company is going to shut off the power to replace transformers or something at some point. Well, at least we got a notice. I've had some companies that don't even give you that much.
Nah, Fuzzface. The thanks goes to me. Alright, I'm feeling it.
Oh, they don't even know the time for it. Oh, that's weird. Ouch.
I'm feeling it.
What sucks is they don't even know the time of day nor even which day they'll do it. The best I know is that it'll happen sometime in the next 2 weeks. Still more of a notice than I usually get sometimes.
Leave it to Hero Pong. High five.
Perfect. Nasty thing. One down. We win. Good thing I'm here. No?
Okay,
Anyone?
that's 2 of them down. Apparently all we needed was some cheese. And some abusive saves. I mean, hey, if it works.
I'm feeling it. Now it's Ryan time. We can definitely do this. I have to protect everyone.
There we go.
Definitely do this.
Serious time.
This is the Monado power.
Be happy.
Bring it on. Behold the power of the Monado. Come on, we can do it.
Everybody, hero time.
Powering up. Now we're getting started, and nothing's gonna stop us. Good job, everyone.
Here we go, one more. I just want them to at least knock on the door when they get to my building so I have a chance to shut stuff down correctly. Understandable. Though that said, if they don't do that, then that's kind of scummy. Alright, we got this.
Let me at it.
It's just one of them.
We can definitely do this. Powering up. Shield us. Now it's Ryan time. Yeah, I'm turning up the heat. You're really getting into this, Ryan. We can definitely do this.
There we go.
Powering up.
Who would have guessed the best way to circumvent having to fight 4 different people would just be to funnel them in like that?
Easy. Good thing I'm here. No?
Also, who would have guessed that it is as easy as that? You're welcome. Thanks, I thought I was a goner there. Things could have turned out real nasty if you hadn't come. I'm off to fix the transporter now. See you around. Quest completed. Well, I guess if anything gives you too much trouble, just cheese it.
And that is the extent of my discussions with the Homs that accompanied Melia here.
I still cannot believe it. How could a Telethia have grown to such power?
And what is your conclusion, Seer?
That the Telethia were able to gain such power due to the high levels of ether in the region. In other words, our ether protection is weakening.
And so it begins. The resurrection of the Bionis.
Resurrection?
What of the Monado?
I cannot see. My sight is hindered. However,
Speak, Seer.
it is not certain that the Monado will bring about our destruction. While my sight is hindered, I have seen a slither of light. Is your Majesty not aware of this light as well?
Are you referring to Melia?
And the young man, Shulk.
Could it be that the boy is trustworthy after all? Kallian, we are on the cusp of a significant moment. The investiture ceremony must take place as soon as possible.
Your Majesty, since the ministries are already in agreement, we may be able to bypass some of the formalities.
Indeed. But she must still earn the blessing of the people.
Might I suggest the trial of the tomb?
First Consort, such a ritual has not been conducted for generations.
We have simply not had a need for it until now. And I feel she is more than equal to the challenge.
Mother, the tomb is dangerous. Our records show that many potential successors lost their lives performing the ritual.
That child fought and beat the Telethia. It is my belief that she is more than strong enough. Besides, if it was revealed that she avoided such a responsibility, her reputation among the people would be irreparably damaged.
I must protest.
No, the First Consort is right. There is much risk, but the rewards are greater. It would seal the people's love for her. Summon Melia. Her thoughts must be heard.
What?
I accept. If I am to lead the High Entia despite my mixed heritage, if I am to succeed the throne, then I accept what must be done.
I expect nothing less of my successor. The path to greatness is fraught with danger. This shall be your statement to Bionis.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You are not fit to be Empress. Not now, not ever.
Politics. And a lot of it.
Looks like we got them out of a scrape.
Shulk, Ricky tired. Ricky sleeping castle now.
Good idea. Let's head back to the capital.
The sooner the better.
And yeah, that washing machine thing, that would be awful. Oh. It could be worse though. Imagine it happening to like a dishwasher. I get hit with bind at the very end, of course. Wash your dishes by hand? I used to. Mostly because our dishwasher didn't work. Now we've got one, so I don't. But I haven't forgotten how to, so if I ever ran out of power, I could always do that as long as the dishwasher hadn't started already, because those things fill with water. I don't trust even good working dishwashers enough to do it good enough for you. I mean, fair enough. Everyone's got their own view on it. I've never had an issue with any dishwashers. Though I'm also not particularly messy with my food. So oftentimes there's not a whole lot that it has to clean. And it's always on plates, too, which are one of the easiest things to clean, I feel. It's when you start trying to clean bowls that it becomes a bit of a problem. And it's usually because of the lip. Forks are also kind of a pain in the butt. Like, none of it's, like, so hard that a dishwasher can't clean it. But there's a chance that it could miss something there if it's, you know, not a very good dishwasher. Especially if it's, like, super out of date. That's what happens with roommates. Neither of them care about doing dishes and don't care about how they load the dishwasher or how much food is still on the plate when they put their... You see, there's your problem. It would be one thing if they actually put some heed to, like, what they were doing. They don't even run into a garbage disposal. You see... The trouble you're having with dishwashers isn't so much dishwashers themselves, it's the people trying to operate them in the most lazy fashion possible. Merchant.
Are you that?
Oh, that's straight up better. Little pricey, though. Kind of forget who it was, but they were talking about how Hyentia was like their least favorite location. It was someone who actually knew the Xenoblade games. Which, that ain't me. Oh, is there something I missed over here? Ah. Oh, it's a teleporter room here. We're going back to our cell.
Yes?
Please accept my humble gratitude for rescuing the repair worker. You must be tired. Please feel welcome to rest.
Everyone's gathered outside. How come we didn't get invited?
It looks like some kind of ceremony.
I like how Ryan's first concern is that he didn't get invited to the party.
My loyal and beloved subjects, Saurian Antiqua speaks. I have been your emperor for little more than 20 years. But today, I stand before you in celebration.
So that's the High Entia Emperor.
Saurian Antiqua.
I will remain your emperor for years to come. But now is the time to announce my successor. May I introduce your crown princess?
And there's the lady herself.
Melia Antiqua.
It's her. She's a princess.
Took you long enough?
Her silver spoon accent was a clue. But royalty?
My daughter, Melia Antiqua, will depart immediately to face the tomb. She will seek the approval of our ancestors and become your crown princess.
No one's cheering. I get the feeling they don't like it either.
The people are fickle. No mask can hide that girl's contaminated blood.
First Consort, all the pieces are in place. Say the word and the captive Homs shall be no more.
The savage who discovers fire remains a savage. Disappointed or not, His Highness will turn a blind eye to their fate. And their removal will deprive Melia of some powerful allies.
As you say.
Mother?
We continue to endure the contamination of our bloodline by perpetuating this wretched tradition of a High Entia First Consort and a Homs Second Consort. For how long must I suffer these Homs? Do your duty, Tyrea.
As you wish.
That mask. Melia.
I don't doubt that was Melia. But why the mask?
I don't know. But she's different from the other High Entia.
How do you mean?
Melly not like other bird people. Melly like hom-hom friends.
You might be right. But there are things at play here we can't understand.
Wait a minute! Oi! You'll give our Homs a heart attack shouting like that.
We've got no time to lose. Melia needs our help.
Again? You had another vision, didn't you?
What did you see?
Out with it already!
Excuse me. We ordered room service an hour ago.
I'm afraid you've already eaten your last meal.
Ah.
Oh, I'm over-leveled for this. Oh, they can do group moves? Holy cow! The enemies are capable of doing group moves. Am I locked on? I am. Oh, they've got their group attack now. Played a game with a similar group move mechanic, trying to remember it. Well, if you remember, let me know. I'm just surprised that the enemies are capable of using it as well. .hack Rebirth. Not sure I'm familiar with that. I actually still have to play the .hack games at some point. They look interesting.
Who are these guys?
Shulk. These are Inquisitors.
What is this? More of them!
Wait. This is His Highness Callian, brother to Her Highness Melia.
Melia's brother?
Do not concern yourself, Your Highness. The matter appears to have been resolved.
Seer Alvis?
I foresaw the danger. I rushed here, but seem to have
Incredibly
missed the fun.
easy. Huh.
They do not look like mere thieves.
I am presuming they are Inquisitors of the Bionite Order. A group of assassins long devoted to the Imperial family.
Ridiculous. The Bionite Order are a mere...
myth. The Order existed before records began. I, like many others, believed they had long since died out. Yet here they are before us.
Is Father aware of this?
I suspect he knows very little. He may not even be aware of their existence. They live amongst the shadows, never revealing their true faces.
But that does not explain why they would attack these people. Wait, could that have been... No. There's no way.
Callian, Melia is in danger. She'll be killed at an altar if we don't find her soon.
Killed? How can you be so sure?
Shulk and I share the same gift.
Another seer? Which would mean that you can see the future?
That's why we have to find her. Now.
Last
Your
Recode is a
Highness.
compilation. Oh.
As agreed, you will face the ritual alone.
I thank you for escorting me.
We wish you a safe return. As history has proven, all those who stake claim to the throne without merit will spend eternity as fallen spirits.
I must prove my worth as the next ruler, and I am no less prepared to sacrifice my life than those that have fallen before me.
Most wise, Your Highness. Watch your back, Your Highness.
Last Recode was a compilation of 3 different hack games, and I completed all 3 in 2 months. Huh.
Unacceptable. Those who enter the tomb must do so alone. Her life, or death, is in the hands of fate. Those not worthy of the throne are exactly that.
You can't seriously think that. This is your sister. This is Melia.
Easy, Rhine.
But Dunban...
This ritual holds a special significance. It is wrong for us to interfere.
I don't like it.
But am I right in saying that the rules of this ritual affect only High Entia? And if some strange Homs happen to get involved, it wouldn't cause a problem? Or is there some rule that prohibits Homs from entering the tomb?
No, I suppose not.
Then look at it this way. I don't need to know how big a deal this ritual is to your people. What I do know is that your sister's life is at stake. Cut us a break, and we'll save her.
Who are you?
My name is Dunban. I'm sort of the protector of this Mekon-bashing band of Homs.
Dunban. I know you. At the Battle of Sword Valley, you held back an entire wave of Mekon with the Monado.
You know a lot about a battle you never showed up to.
My apologies. We do not concern ourselves with the wars of others, be it against the Mekon or otherwise.
I was only joking. You had your reasons. I can see that with all these defense systems, you don't really need to fight.
Then it is decided. You can reach the tomb by transporter from the center gate. Her Highness has already entered. Shulk, you should hurry.
Oh. I don't know much about the .hack games. I just know that one of the ones on PS2 had online support. Honestly, I really wish that I had that good old, like... Well, first off, I wish that we never lost our PlayStation 2, ever. Because then I could have actually played more games on it. But I also wish that we had that online adapter, because I would have loved to have played some other PS2 games online. You know, experience the first Monster Hunter, play Resident Evil Outbreak. Trying to remember other things that had online. There wasn't many, but, like, I always thought it was interesting. The idea that, like, all of... Like, every... Well, not every, but, like, there were so many different, like, PS2 and GameCube games that all of them had, like, we're beginning to start having, like, online functionality. Played all of Dot Hack on PC through Steam. Well, I'm glad that it's on, like, other systems. Because one of my greatest complaints for certain games is that they just never came to modern systems. I know a lot of people aren't too fond of, like, the whole porting games over or remasters of old games thing. And I agree with it to some extent, because if the game was literally on, like, the previous gen system and it's being remastered, it's kind of absurd, if you ask me. The Last of Us is a very good example. You got The Last of Us, and then, like, a couple years later it feels like you've got The Last of Us remastered. Don't care how much you like that game, that's just kind of strange.
This
It's
is
a
the
good
tomb.
game, though.
Defensive measures prevent intruders from entering. You will have to circumvent these to move within the tomb.
One thing before we enter. Alvis, you can see the future like me.
I am from a long line of seers dedicated to serving the Imperial family. My visions help to protect the Empire.
But you're a Homs.
Yes. But that is for another time. My ancestry is not easily explained, and my ability to see the future is equally complicated. You might say, I have my own ritual. Is it not the same for you?
No. My visions appear suddenly, without warning. At first, they're obscure. Then, as it gets closer to the event, I start to understand.
It seems you possess a power greater than I still have not seen any danger befall Her Highness.
Not much use as a seer then, are you?
Nothing passes
Ryan.
you by, does it? Now you see why I asked for your help. What a lucky coincidence that I happened to see you in danger.
A coincidence?
But I've seen you use the Monado.
The Monado has been passed down the Imperial line for generations. The Sword of the Bionis. It is compelled to do its master's bidding. Magnified greatly, it has the power to control the very fabric of our world. Ether. Control the ether, and your will is made reality. I willed it, and it happened. That is all. Perhaps due to that power, the High Entia sealed away the Monado for centuries. Eventually, it found its way into the hands of the Homs, and then you, Shulk. A coincidence, or something more? You must discover this yourself, for you are the one who wields the Monado.
That's really ominous.
Is stirring.
The ancestral altar lies deep beneath the seals. What trials await me, I wonder? I must not lose focus.
Cycles since last visitor. State your name and purpose.
Melia Antiqua. I have come to be judged on my legitimacy to the throne by the ancestral spirits.
Permission granted. Commencing analysis of genetic data.
I half expected it to prevent her from going completely because she's apparently of mixed blood.
It's so cold.
There are remnants of ancient spirits in here. This is no ordinary chill.
As I explained before, Dunban, the defense systems are designed to prevent uninvited...
Well, what does this do?
Don't touch!
Rhine!
Huh?
Rhine, you blockhead. Whoa.
Star-searing flames of absolution! Spear break! Shadow stitch! Roaring thunder!
I don't know Melia's moves.
The source of all life! Witness my true power!
Good news is I am over-leveled.
Manifest yourself! Star-searing flames of absolution!
Yeah, I've got like all of the dodging because I'm so heavily over-leveled for this.
Manifest yourself! Take me lightly at your peril.
Not a bad thing, though. It sounded kind of intimidating when it mentioned that I'm, you know, only going to be able to use Melia here. But to think 38 versus 32 is overleveled, it's a JRPG. That's pretty standard. If it was a Western RPG, it would be another thing. Yeah, in JRPGs, that's pretty common. Once you get to about like 5 levels over something, that's when you start to reach that over-leveled territory.
Now you shall witness our power. Manifest yourself. The ether is flowing through me. Hypnosis. Summon bolt. Manifest yourself.
Adjusted to
Don't lose focus.
Western RPGs? Maybe.
Turn to chaos. Shadow stitch.
Of course, I'm not in the greatest situation here either. There we go. To be fair, most, like, JRPGs... I don't think people play a lot of them anymore. And I don't mean that as, like, oh, they're bad. It's more like, a lot of people really don't like them. And it's usually because of the kinds of tropes that they have that, you know, people have gotten to a point where they recognize it too easily.
descendant. Are you the progenitor of Antiqua?
Think of me as a recreation of said ancestor, possessing his thoughts and speech.
But he passed away thousands of years ago.
Do not mistake me for a living being. I am a replica of your ancestor. I am merely a projection of what he would be if you were to meet him now.
I do not understand. But I do not suspect any falsehood in your words.
It is beyond doubt. If I could feel, I would feel joy. I am not real, but I do not lie.
Joy? What do you mean?
The results of the gene analysis show Hom's gene integration of 80%. Estimates suggest evolution within 8 generations. Our wishes are almost fulfilled.
Wishes?
Our purpose, as decreed by the Bionis, is linked to our genetic sequence. We have spent millennia analyzing sequences to free ourselves from the curse. Only a certain gene set will unlock the mechanism and set us free.
I still do not understand.
It is of no consequence. I grant you this seal.
Is this?
It is you who will rule the High Entia, and likely be their last.
Revered ancestor,
Go forth and rule, my descendant.
So the spirits look favorably upon you.
Explain yourself. Only Imperials are permitted to enter this place.
I am the subject of Her Highness the First Consort. I need no permission.
Mother's subject?
No impure child of the Second Consort has the right to refer to the First Consort as Mother. A filthy Homs half-breed has no right to the throne.
Nice of them to put the water here.
Who puts a great big hole somewhere like that?
As I explained, it's a defense mechanism.
What a mess, Rhine.
Friend not clever touching button.
I'm with these guys, Rhine.
How was I supposed to know that was gonna happen? What about your visions, eh? You think the two of you could come up with something?
You know it doesn't work like that.
It would have been useful, yes.
Pair of fortune-telling frauds.
You got us into this mess. And it's not the first time either.
Ricky, agree with Shulk.
Why is it my fault all of a sudden?
This time it is your fault.
Precisely.
Well...
Be thankful that we are all alive. I suggest greater care next time. Our journey will be longer, but we can still make our way deeper into the tomb.
Okay. We can't waste another second. Melia needs us.
Dunban. We don't need Dunban, we need Ricky. Deciphering machine. Isn't that a thing that I actually need? I seem to remember there actually being a deciphering machine that I'm working on for quests.
We can do
Well, I guess we needed a reason to have to go through a dungeon. Ryan was there to give us a dungeon. And boy did he deliver. By sending us plummeting down. Hmm? Oh, doors. Oh, there's a few of them. Can't get demolished if I kill the thing that's supposed to hit me. These things are definitely putting up more of a fight than the ones that were fighting Melia earlier. There we go. These ones are level 36. Yep. And they are definitely tougher than what Melia got to deal with. Am I complaining? No, not really. If this dungeon was super easy because I over-leveled, that would just be sad. Ouch. That could have been bad. We just get to climb while Melia just got to walk just fine. Ryan, are you okay? I think Ryan's having a stroke. He hasn't figured out this climbing thing just yet. Oh, and he teleported. Someone's struggling with wall grappling. Yeah, that's an understatement.
That is a big ball of something.
He'd look fun and sparkle.
It's not attacking us, at least.
Just because he said that, it's going to.
What's happening?
Hey, look at that!
Another defense mechanism.
At a guess, we're looking at the tomb's guard.
We're not getting past without a fight.
Everyone, Melia needs us. We can't let this thing stop us.
No problem. Time to break my record.
Why Ricky's? Oh, Ryan is disabled. Well, that works. Okay, so I'm going to heal myself. Ryan is going to increase his aggro. And Ricky is going to sneak attack. There we go. He's almost got his talent gauge up. That was easy enough, actually.
Anyone would think we're not wanted. Are we ever gonna find her?
I think you'll find we had to take the long way because somebody pushed a certain button.
Somebody mean Rhine.
Shut it, Hairball. It was just a button.
Relax. She will be fine. This route will lead us to the ritual altar. But time is of the essence.
We've got to hurry. There's no time to lose.
Level up. Oh, hey, look, Ryan climbed properly and Ricky fell into the abyss.
Stay strong.
Ricky was never seen again. Until just now. Got an errand to run? Alright, have a nice day. Hopefully the errand is nice and easy.
lifesaver. Eat this! Alright, I'm feeling it. Eat this! You're powering up. We can definitely do this. Let's do it. Another right time.
Very easy, won't be too long either. Oh, that's nice. At the very least, this dungeon isn't terribly hard. That's pretty good damage right there. Got some spike damage now. There's an item over there. There we go. With it toppled, that should make this a lot easier.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
A lot of climbing in this dungeon. Oh, another one of these? Albeit marginally smaller. More climbing. Another one of these things.
We can't lose! You dare challenge Hirobon? Let me at him. Take that! This'll leave a mark. Take your edge! Bring it on! I'm really feeling it. This is the Monado's power! Split edge! How's that? Sure! Everyone, let's go!
We should have some pretty good, affinity at the end of this. We've got a few enemies.
Ricky! That was close! Get up on! Very cool! Monado, lend us your power! You take this! Ezra! Ricky! Here, Ricky, go! Holy poly, keep on rolling!
Is Ryan confused?
I'm feeling it. We can definitely do this.
Maybe he was just missing. Getting beat up a lot with these ones.
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
This must have been where Melia went.
Filthy Homs half-breed has no right to the throne!
Melia! Half Homs!
Melia!
So... That's Olivia! In the tomb! Why should you care when you're about to meet your death?
Yes!
I will not let the throne be sullied! Your kind have no need of such power!
You're a lifesaver.
Take my power and eliminate them!
Here we go! You're up! I know!
Toppled. And inflict some chill. Pokemon Home. I'm not sure what Jellycat's doing, but they're doing a thing. I'm locked on. Got a lot of health. That way we get some heals for Shulk. Gonna get hit by predation, and that's gonna topple me.
This is not good. Okay, sure. Got it. I'm really feeling it. So close.
Oh jeez. That's not good. Came in too early. Ow. This is a very bad situation. Oh, and that's the end of that. Man, that just... This game really likes to introduce too much all at once. I think that's something that I hope they fix in the sequel? Not that I've played the sequel, but... Knock it down. I think Ricky's in a state where he can just heal both of us. Yeah. Or he can heal Ryan, who needs it. Oh boy.
This isn't going well. Don't give up. I'm right next to you. I know. Wow, down. Here we go. Just what I needed. Got it. Hiya. Keep it up. I know. Come on. Beat. Over yet. Hero Punk beat enemy good. Leave it to me.
That was a long one.
How do you like that? This'll leave a mark. Take my power and eliminate him. Definitely do this. Nice, so bat. Okay, guys. Now we're putting together. Hero Punk Ricky. Now it's right time.
Your kind has no need of such power.
Let's focus our efforts.
Ow!
Split edge.
Such a powerful move.
Here we go.
Knock it over. And there we go. Hello, Index. It was Quest. And now it's just really tough boss battle. How you doing?
You'll never be Empress.
This is the Monado's power.
I should have done the Days one first. Yeah, this is story. Can't topple if you're toppled. I didn't even notice that she was getting toppled. I can do extra physical damage to her. And currently not poisoned, but we still need extra healing. It is a very close situation. Oh, mistimed again. My favorite quote. Ow.
You shall not be victorious.
Just all of the screaming from this lady as she's getting beaten into a pulp. Alright. We died once, but we can do it this time. We did it!
It's not over! Telethia! Kill as many of them as you can!
Keep clear! The Telethia is destroying itself!
Did he just sacrifice himself? Nope. He just said, nope, you can't do that.
Almost bought it.
Alvis, thank you.
My pleasure, Shulk.
Why did you come?
The Monado gave me a warning that you were in danger. I'm just glad we made it.
Hey, Shulk. Whoever that was is gone.
So, they escaped. Shulk, everyone, I thank you. You saved me.
Ricky, Smiley, Smiley! Melly, all safe! All thanks to Hero Pawn! Oh, oh.
That's not how I remember it, Cheeseball.
Melia is now safe.
And that concludes my report on events in the tomb.
So, there are forces working in the shadows.
However, this is purely circumstantial. Nothing can be proven.
Inquisitors of the Bionite Order, dedicated and devoted to the Bionis.
The Order was dissolved under the rule of the Emperor Lumion, 47th successor to the throne, due to its extreme practices.
Like puppet masters pulling the strings from the shadows. I believe their bloodline was lost to the ages.
Her Highness the First Consort is currently residing in the Tower of Investigation. The Ministry of Investigation's judgment should be imminent.
Well, that may not be enough. I myself must shine a light on the truth.
Agreed.
Mother.
Melia,
Your Majesty.
you have returned unharmed from the tomb. The Forefathers have spoken.
But if it hadn't been for Shulk...
Callian has informed me of what happened. There is no reason to doubt your legitimacy to the throne.
Believe in yourself, Crown Princess.
Brother...
Tomorrow will be the investiture ceremony. At the appointed time, you will become my successor. Be proud.
I will.
Melia, my child. I am overjoyed at how far you have come. You are truly worthy of the throne. Continue the legacy of your High Entia and Homs bloodline. You are the hope of Bionis.
Oh, it's shooting stars now.
Oh, Ricky and friends helped save Melly. Ricky very happy.
We're all relieved. But something's still bothering me.
What is it?
Why was Melia chosen as the crown princess? Shouldn't Callian have been the one to ascend? And her foe in the tomb clearly opposed that decision.
You have a point.
Callian is more than a worthy candidate. What reason could they have for choosing Melia? And why would Callian go along with this?
It's a mystery.
Our apologies. His Majesty the Emperor summons you.
Finally! He's gonna let us into Prison Island. Yeah.
His Majesty awaits you in the audience chamber. He asks that you join him shortly.
I'm glad that that fight went well, because, oh, first time it was just chaos. Kind of surprised that Telethia didn't actually require me to purge it, though. Did they forget that you can do that? Or did it have its antenna cut off? Maybe that was what it was. Because it needs its antenna to read minds, right?
Yes?
Please forgive me for keeping you. Only Shulk may proceed beyond this point.
Shulk, forgive us for detaining you earlier. You and I are not of the same people. But this I must say. Thank you for helping Melia Antiqua, my daughter. It was no small feat.
Not at all. I too must apologize for meddling in your customs. We should not have interfered.
She is a lucky girl to have met such unselfish people. In the times to come, a ruler will need support from individuals like you. I hear you seek the Mechon.
Yes. The Mechon devastated our homes, and we lost many loved ones.
Revenge is your goal?
It is.
You are honest.
I do not want to hide our true intentions. Our very existence is at stake.
Unwavering, too. Shulk, you are the master of the Monado. But there is something that must be said.
What is it?
Long before our forefathers built this empire, two titans, the Bionis and the Mechonis, fought a vicious battle. Is this known among Homs?
Yes. It is told to us as children. The two fought and died, killing many creatures in the process. Their remains became our worlds, bringing forth new life on Bionis. That's how we were made.
The Bionis shall awaken once again.
Alvis told me the same thing.
This is not just the vision of a seer. All of Makna knows. The Telethia are as old as the Bionis itself. And now, they disturb the ether. That disturbance can only lead to one thing.
But why is this happening now?
This is an inscription left by our forefathers. It is written, "Descendants of Antiqua, when the ether cries, the Bionis awakes. Mistake not the signs, and heed the sword's return. Trap its power, and assure eternal prosperity." All life born on Bionis affects the ether. The Mekon's assault is just the beginning. And these events were set in motion when you used the sword against them.
We used it because we...
Because you needed to. Without it, you could not survive. I cannot dispute this fact. I believe the inscription speaks of these very events with the Mechon. But if their assault continues, if more lives are lost, soon the Bionis will awake. And not only the High Entia, but all life will perish. Do you see, Shulk?
You're talking about total extinction.
Correct. Which is why the Mekon's invasion must be stopped.
Then you'll help us? Your Majesty, we need Imperial sanction to enter Prison Island. Will you permit us entry?
What will you do there?
I saw it in a vision. We will fight a faced Mechon. They must pay for what they did.
Then you will have seen him too. On Prison Island, our forefathers sealed something away, just as they did to the Monado. All records have been lost, and there is now no way to know what it was.
Is it connected to the awakening of the Bionis?
I do not know, but our forefathers must have had good reason. We must trust their decision. Shulk, allow me some time to deliberate. Above all else, I will consider the safety of Bionis. You are our Bionis brethren. We will not ignore your plight.
I understand. This is not our homeland. If you decide not to let us go, I will accept your decision.
I am sorry.
It's okay.
One more thing.
Yes?
I ask this not as Emperor Saurian Antiqua, but as a father. I do not demand that you act as Melia's protector, but I would be honored if you would be her friend. This is my humble request.
It would be my honor.
The Telethia are on the move.
Yes.
That fleshy fool will go for the Monado. What of the faces?
Repairs to metal are complete.
And Nemesis?
Nemesis is...
The Homs with the Monado. He has reached Erithsea?
Yes.
Then there is only one place for them to go. Yet he will not dare unleash such power. No matter. Bugs must still be exterminated. It is time to test our new toy. Commence the assault on Bionis.
Why do I get the feeling that I'm, like, nearing, at the very least, the halfway point of the game?
Can this be true?
It will happen soon.
I saw Melia. She was fighting a battle against a Mechon with a strange group of Homs.
Yes.
That sword, could it be the... Could it possibly... And that location, was it...
The vision is a sign.
About
By your
halfway.
will, it can be changed.
Nice.
For now, we must consider all things. Everything. The capital. And the lives of our people depend on it.
Wow! Take a look at that! A high-end air show!
Bird people fly higher than Nopon birds.
They've got some neat tricks. Shulk, I think that's Melia up there.
By the authority of our divine ancestors, I, Melia Antiqua, am honored to accept the responsibility of becoming your next benevolent ruler. Should I be deemed unworthy of this calling, or fail to protect the ancestors or the Bionis, I promise here and now to throw myself on the mercy of you, the people.
Oh, now they're cheering.
Most majestic. That fragile girl in the forest is a distant memory.
But which one is the real Melia?
I ask this not as Emperor Saurian Antigua, but as a father. I do not demand that you act as Melia's protector, but I would be honored if you would be her friend.
No, it's not like that. They're one and the same girl. I think.
This is a lot of cutscene.
And what did you see, Alvis?
Oh, it's you.
Don't play games.
No need to be angry. I only wanted to analyze the boy. Which was the point, no? I did not interfere with your ministerial affairs. In fact, you should be thanking me.
Oh,
I
no.
wonder if he feels the same.
We have all the information we need. We know that such a Telethia cannot hurt them. You see? Nothing can befall him before he sees his dream fulfilled.
Brand spanking new. Ha, nothing like an ether change and a new paint job. We don't need her. Look at me. Look at me, goody two-shoes. Let's just see if you hold back the screams when his blade gets a taste of you. I love a warm welcome. Let's settle this machine to machine.
So they've got a new crown princess. 3 cheers for Melia.
Right, but we're still no closer to that murdering-faced Mechon.
Once we reach Prison Island, we'll get our chance. I've seen us there. It must be true.
Shulk, man. Maybe we can still persuade Bigwings. Melia's crown princess now. I reckon the Emperor might change his mind.
Maybe.
Rhine, the Emperor's request was clear. Give him time. There's more to this island than we know. Things are at play here that reach beyond our understanding.
Dundon right. Ricky and friends visit Melly now.
Hey, the adults are talking, Pops.
Ricky want to see Melly. Ricky think Melly's sad too.
She might like the distraction. All those stiff ceremonial duties. You decide, Shulk.
Ricky say yes.
You're not Shulk. Oop. The cutscene was long enough that it put the dimming mode on for Switch. Now, I'm gonna be right back. I have to use the restroom for a little bit, but I'll be back and we can continue from there. There we are. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, Windex, was it? You know those lizards that were giving me trouble earlier? I ended up fighting them again, and figuring out that the easiest way to deal with them wasn't to fight them head-on at all. I lured them back to the teleporter, and they would tether back to their default position, all but one. So, I basically just cheesed the fight by doing that. Just one at a time. So I guess if you ever see anyone else playing this and they get stuck there as well, that might help them. Oh, wrong way. I keep thinking that I can activate the teleporters instead of just standing there on them. I don't know. The way it works is just so strange to me. Okay, now that's just gorgeous. This game really has some amazing art direction.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're welcome for the compliment, Ryan.
You came to see me.
Ricky's friend, Melly! Oh, Melly look amazing before. Oh, Ricky's so proud.
Really? It all happened so fast. What a stunning garden. The arrangements, the fountain. When the colony is up and running, can I steal some ideas? My late mother adored this place.
Late, Mother? But I thought your mum was...
Her Highness, the First Consort, is not my birth mother. Members of the Imperial family must take 2 wives. 1 Homs, 1 High Entia. My mother is the second consort. I am half Homs, half High Entia.
Melia.
Melly live here?
Yes, Ricky. Since I was young, I cannot walk outside as you see me now, so this garden gives me much relief.
What's wrong with how you look? Who cares if you're half Homs? You'll always be you.
Their way of thinking differs from ours. Different ways, different morals.
So that's why you wear a mask in public?
Yes. Shulk, in less than an hour there will be a banquet in the palace. I would like you all to come.
Oh, Ricky's so hungry, he could even eat Smelly or Luca.
There'll be plenty to eat.
Finally, some decent grub. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. What's on the menu? Any High Entia specials?
Do not embarrass me at this dinner.
Expectations lead to disappointment. We aren't talking about Rhine here.
What? That's the last time I sit next to you, then.
I have much to prepare. I will have someone call for you later.
We can't wait.
Is there something wrong?
No.
You are a funny one.
It can't be.
Shulk!
It's the Emperor.
Father!
Another vision!
Shulk, what did you see?
On that tower. On Prison Island.
What does the siren mean?
Mekon, they're coming.
Mekon. Now we're starting to speed along in story content, aren't we? And Metalface is here too. Or at least... I think it's one of them at least. That is the slowest run.
Report!
Yes, sire. We received a report from our south station. Mekon are approaching.
Impossible!
Callian, your sister's time has come.
Your Majesty.
There is only one course of action left. We will not waver from our destinies.
Father!
Callian, take charge of the capital's defenses. I will go to Prison Island.
Oh.
Tell me, what happens to my father?
It follows my last vision. We're on Prison Island. Metalface and your father are...
Prison Island? Why would father go there? No! I must go to the palace. I must stop him. I will go to the audience chamber.
Wait, Melia. We're coming too.
Oh boy. It's funny, I was just about, like, thinking, you know, we haven't actually seen Mekon in a while. Come to think of it, the last major Mekon encounter we had was, like, that weird tentacle thing. Wait, no, maybe it wasn't the tentacle thing. It was... whatever his name was. Started with an X. The one that wanted to eat a bunch of people. I don't actually remember his name. Whoever he was, he killed me a couple times. I think he was the first boss to actually do that, like, a lot.
Brother! Where is father?
Melia.
The Imperial staff, it's... So father has gone. Callian!
The Emperor has proceeded to the island, alone. For the sake of the Empire.
Why did you let him go alone? Father!
His Majesty is fully aware.
Alvis.
Of what will happen to him, and what he must do before then.
You saw something?
I did, during our ancient divination ritual.
If he knows, then why?
because he is the ruler of the Imperial family and all the High Entia, we must respect his decision above all else.
But that doesn't mean...
Trust him, Shulk. His fate was decided long ago.
No!
Shulk, we're going.
But Dunban...
Respect? Destiny? We don't need rules to tell us when to save the people we care for. You too, Melia. Don't give up on him. The Emperor, your father, is going to die.
Dunban!
There's only one thing to do. Are you with me?
Of course.
But you can't.
We are Homs. Do what you must. But your laws don't concern us.
My apologies, Dunban.
No apologies needed. So, Melia, what's it to be?
We go to Prison Island.
I get the feeling I should save here. Let us actually call it right here for now. Because next week I've got a lot of time. Not at work yet? No. This whole week it's 4 to 7 and it's only 2. And welcome, Kishiru. We're actually finishing up right here. Thought we were 6 hours apart? I don't know. For reference, right now it's about 12 at Jellycat's location, and I believe for Loot Cat now it would be about 3. So it's 6 hours apart for Loot Cat, then, in your situation. But, for now, I'm gonna call it. Made some decent progress already, which is nice. We'll send... It's talking when I'm not... Oh yeah, that's because of the AC. That happens. It's inevitable. Because of just the way it works. Regardless, we're gonna go over to Jellycat and all that. And we'll... You know, just do a little raid. And I'm gonna get some food and get ready for work. So, Kishiru, Windex, Bulldog, Simpson, Gabe, all of you have a nice day, and I hope it doesn't get too chaotic in your lives, because Lord knows that work for a lot of people is getting weird. Ciao!